Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. College basketball tonight. I do have 7 plays here I want to run past you. Just go in order. First one is South Carolina at Auburn. South Carolina is a 11.5 point underdog, and I will take them tonight. Take the underdog. I've talked a lot about Auburn this year. I do think they're the top 2 or 3 or 4 teams in all the country. Especially, they're really deep, and I really think that they're going to have a nice, title contender run here. But South Carolina just keeps winning. It's really that simple. So, again, Auburn's good, 19-5. Couple losses lately. It's lost at Florida by 16, but still, obviously, a pretty good team. But the South Carolina team just. Early in the year, I was kind of disrespecting them because their computer numbers were not great, but they just kept winning, and then they knocked out Kentucky, and just keep winning. So they're 21-3. So the idea of South Carolina actually getting 11.5 points is just, it'd be my favorite play of the day. Like I said, you only have 3 losses all year. I'm going to get 11.5 points is kind of silly. So next one, Jacksonville at Kennesaw State. Total here is 153.5. I like the over. It's basically a 78-76 game. If you look at the KenPom numbers, Jacksonville is sub 200 on everything. So of course, having the sub 200 defense is nice, but the offensive pace is not so nice. It's really about Kennesaw. 157 offense, 333 defense, and the 5th fastest pace. The last 11 games, they are 10 of the last 11. They've actually gone over this 153.5. The other game, they actually hit 153. So it's really just about Kennesaw. I looked at some of those other games to see what their paces were to see, but it didn't really matter. Offense, defense, pace. Kennesaw keeps bringing this up by just scoring a bunch of points because of the pace, giving up a ton of points as well. So I do think it actually goes over the 153.5. So. Next game is actually Milwaukee at Cleveland State. Total 156.5, 156.5. Like the under here, which is 79-77 game. So I'd like to keep both these teams under 80 would be nice. Milwaukee, if you look for look on the year, KenPom is 171 for offense, 324 for defense, and 86 for pace. Those are actually good over numbers. And throughout most of the year, they were actually playing over this number, probably more than under. But 5 straight games they've actually played under. They're just not playing as well offensively. I think their pace is actually slowed in part of that as well. Cleveland State, 141 offense, 273 defense, 202 pace. So again, the defense is not great for unders. Slower pace, so I think that kind of brings Milwaukee down. But Cleveland State has played under this total 6 of 7 games. So like I said, Milwaukee's done 5 straight, Cleveland State 6 of 7. So really the way they played lately, I actually like this going under the 156.5. So I'm hoping neither team actually hits 80, but if one does, I'm hoping the other one, is low enough to keep it under. Next game, this will be simple. It's IUPUI at Detroit Mercy. IUPUI is actually getting 5.5 points. They, with those 2 teams, maybe the 2 worst teams in all of college basketball. At least they're in the conversation. One team is 6-20. The other team is 0-26. To me, it's really just going to be that simple. If I'm going to get points for the opponent of a team that actually has not won a game all year, I'm going to take them. It's really just that simple. So I'm taking IUPUI. Going to take the 5.5 points. Go on. Game after that is Green Bay. Green Bay is actually at home against Northern Kentucky. This is an interesting game. So Northern Kentucky, 13-12 on the year. Obviously they're playing, pretty mediocre. They have won the last couple of games. One was Detroit Mercy, so again, almost doesn't count. Other was an OT game versus Oakland. Oakland's a decent team, but still took OT. Green Bay, though, 17-9 on the year, won 8 of 9 games, 10-0 at home this year, have not lost a home game. The 8 of 9 that they actually won, the game they lost was actually to this Northern Kentucky team by like 20 points, so it's weird. I'm guessing that's why the line is the way it is. if you just kind of look at the way they've actually played and look at their stats and just the fact that Green Bay at home is undefeated, only giving 2.5 points seems kind of silly. But I think they've really factored in that Northern Kentucky beat their brains in. I'm going to take Green Bay. Like I said, it's just a better team playing at home. Don't lose at home. It's just giving away a bucket. I'm going to take them. Next game, Chicago State at Eastern Kentucky. Total is 142.5, so 142.5. I like the over. Basically a 72-71 game. There's a little bit of a risk here because Chicago State has a sub 300 offense and pace, so do like to think they do like to keep things slow. This game is really all about Eastern Kentucky. They average they average 159 on the season. Offense and defense, their average game is 159, which is 16.5 points over this number. On the year, they're over this number 21 of 24 games. So they're 21-3 over and 9 straight. It's really just about Eastern Kentucky, just the way they play and the pace and everything. They fly over this all the time. Number's pretty low because of the way Chicago State plays. So again, it's Chicago State drags it down, and it could actually happen, but 21 of 24 means that Eastern Kentucky at their pace just keeps bringing everybody else over this number. So 21 of 24, I have to take it. Last game, Miami is at Clemson. Total is 151.5. I am probably going to be in the minority here, but I'm going to go with the under on this, which is basically a 76-75 game. Miami has this great offense. Cleveland actually scores a bunch too. Miami's not really known for their defense, but really, it's how they played lately. I'm just going to make this really simple. Clemson has been under this number 6 of 7 games. Miami has played under this 8 of 10 games. So their offense has not been great lately. They're just not scoring as much. These two teams could go crazy and both score 80, 85 points and just kind of blow us out of the water and look really bad. But I'm really just simply going to go with how they played recently because that's 14 of 17 games. These guys have actually played under this. So 151.5 under Miami at Clemson. That's what I've got for you today. If you guys don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, always appreciate that. And good luck.